Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'm sitting here. It's another day, in another month, in another year, in a state on the west coast of America. But I know I record these like sometimes weeks in advance, and I don't upload them until weeks after advance. But normally, if there's a topic that I think really needs to be out there, or like a topic I need to put out, to get more subscribers, which it doesn't happen because YouTube suppresses. I don't know. It was a couple months ago, or maybe it was like more than a couple months ago. But I used to get a lot of views on my videos, and then I don't know. Then one day it just was zero. That's because YouTube is I guess shadow banning me, which is fine. I mean, I feel honored, but I'm gonna still put out videos. I just put out because I used to put out 5 a day, but I'm like it's pointless. I just put out like 2 a day now. On weekdays I put out like 2 on weekday because I still listen to my podcast actually, and I'm doing it for me. It's just I put it on YouTube. Hopefully one day, people will be able to hear my genius comedy. But there's a TV show called The Equalizer. It was a show. I forgot what year it first came out, but it was whatever 20, 30 years ago. It's like an action show. It's obviously a man stars, and then Denzel Washington rebooted the franchise with his movies. See, you've probably heard of The Equalizer, the movies, but it came out like years before. But anyway, Denzel Washington plays like an ex-CIA agent, and but he has like a everyday regular job. He's trying to live a normal life, and then he helps people in trouble. It's called The Equalizer. He equals things out. He's made 2 movies. It's pretty good. I mean, if you like action, like you've seen Denzel Washington act, so he's a good actor. And anyone can do an action scene. There's stuntmen. It's believable. He's a man. Played a cop basically. He's played law enforcement roles like I don't know, like 20 sometimes, like 20 plus more times he's been a cop in a movie. So he's good at playing a cop. Basically, a CIA agent's a cop. Basically, anyway. So they did a TV adaptation, The Equalizer, with the starring role, Queen Latifah. Yeah. So now the reason why The Equalizer is believable with Denzel Washington is because you have his resume of 20 plus movies of playing a cop. How many action movies has he been in? I don't know the exact number, but I could name 5. So he's done action. So it's believable when Denzel's beating up a guy or taking on 3 guys at once and disarms one because it's a guy. But Queen Latifah, let's just be honest, a 49-year-old fat lady. So she is in this adaptation on the TV show. She is a ex-CIA agent. You can be a 49-year-old fat woman and be a CIA agent, but you're not going to be an operative in the field, where all the action is. You're going to be the chick behind the desk. In this version of it, she's the chick on the field. She's the action star. Okay. There was a scene where 49-year-old fat Queen Latifah is fighting a group of guys all half her age. Somehow she comes out on top. Now you don't really know how because there's so many jump cuts that you don't really see the action. They somehow made exposition even though they're showing you it. It made no whatever. It's not gonna work. And magically the first episode she gets a crew. I forgot. It's Was it like I think oh God, this should how bad my memory is. She has a friend who has a husband who in his basement has a bat computer, basically. You know, like like Batman's bat computer, like in the Batcave. Yeah, like, he has something like that, basically, just like in his basement. He's just like a regular guy, though. I mean, I'm like, what? Okay, so the whole premise is stupid. That's why I'm not really going into super detail. Just what is wrong with everyone involved in this? Like, why does Queen Latifah think that she could be a former CIA agent, like, hand to hand expert, blah, 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 blah? When she read the script, what was she thinking? I don't think she was thinking. What about the. Well, okay, I'm getting a paycheck, but she's already worth. I mean, from her, whatever, 3 songs she had that were hit songs, because, she made music back when music actually made money. She should still have that money. But anyway, money is something she doesn't need. I'm assuming, unless she owes the mob a couple $1,000,000. Okay, but if she doesn't, she's set for life already. Okay, all the other actors on this show, none of them are like, do I really want to be on a show where there's a 50-year-old fat lady who kicks my ass? Or like the guy who's the computer expert who somehow has a um, mega computer in his basement, whatever. Um, was he thinking like, do I really want to be the guy in a chair for a 50-year-old fat lady who's a former CIA agent? I don't know. It just just saying Queen Latifah is uh is a former CIA agent who's on the field. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, in the past podcast where I was talking about the Black Viking chick, Queen Latifah is in the same category as the Black female Viking. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah, be careful. We got this fat 50-year-old CIA agent coming at us. She's gonna take us down. No, she's not. No, she's not. No, she's not. Um, you put me in that TV show. Add a little realism to it. So when fat 50-year-old Queen Latifah comes and tries to take me down because I'm running the meth lab in my garage, watch me beat the shit out of her. Stick a donut in her mouth. What the fuck? Like, I can't even take it seriously. I don't know. Come on. Like, what is wrong with woke Hollywood? It's okay to have a male lead. His race doesn't matter, but it's the way things are going. If you're a white male, you're the devil. Whatever. But if you really wanted Queen Latifah to be in a TV show and have her be the Equalizer, have her be in charge of like a security company, or like just like she would have to be the big boss. Notice I said big boss. She would have to be the boss. And yes, she would have to be the one sitting at the desk behind the computer calling on the shots. Because, like, dude, we just gotta be real. A 50-year-old woman, granted, if she was in shape, because Queen Latifah's not in shape, but let's say you have a physically fit 59-year-old woman. every time I say her age, it goes up. Let's just say you have a fit, in shape 49-year-old woman, like in like peak physical condition for a 49-year-old woman. Like there's only so I'm a 43-year-old man. There's only there's only so much peak physical condition I can be in, but I'm in as good a shape as I can be as a weekend athlete. Okay, so I'm assuming a 25-year-old person in their peak physical condition is a lot better than my peak physical condition. So I'm not going to be able to beat up a group of 25-year-olds. I mean, okay, like unless I'm a black belt and like whatever, kick your ass foo. But I'm not. I'm just a regular guy. So you just take a woman who's 40. I keep changing her age. She's 49. Give her whatever peak physical condition. She's gonna still get her ass beat by an out of shape guy of any age, pretty much. So when you have fat Queen Latifah beating up like whatever, you're like 4 guys. It just, I'm sorry, it doesn't work. Maybe if you had her in good shape, okay, at least it could look a little more believable. But no, sorry, fat Latifah is not a badass. She's not even a good rapper. I mean, like, way back when she was rapping, she wasn't even good. She was fat, though. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, what wasn't she in that movie, like, Knock It Off or whatever? What was that movie called where it was all those black chicks who wanted to rob a bank? Whatever. I forgot the movie, and, like, I don't give a fuck enough to look it up. Even that looks stupid. But it was a little bit more believable because she had some skinny chicks who could actually move around. But yeah, I'm sorry. Fat Latifah in The Equalizer is a bad idea. It's comical at best. Comical at best. If it gets a second season, it's because she has pictures of like the producer of the show, and she's like making it happen. But I don't see how this show's gonna last. Okay. I'm gonna add this to the list of things you're never gonna hear. Oh man, did you catch season 6 of The Equalizer? Man, Queen Latifah's kicking ass. You're never gonna hear that. You're never gonna hear that. Oh man, like you know what else you're never gonna hear? Oh man, like season 2 of The Equalizer is awesome. Oh my god, what is wrong? What is wrong with people? Whose idea was this? Whose ever idea was to even make Queen Latifah the lead action role in The Equalizer is a complete moron and needs to lose their job. Unless they're putting up their own money for this. But I mean, I don't know how the whole thing works. But the producer usually puts up the money for these shows. So obviously, whoever had the idea is not the producer. Because like, who in their right mind would think this is a good idea? Oh yeah, like Queen Latifah as an action star. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. Yeah, that's gonna work. Yeah. You know what works better? Throwing your toaster in the bathtub. That works. That works really good. I'm sorry. That works just as good as this show. I mean, it's oh god. How many times can a person shake their head? I don't know, but I'm not done yet. I'm not done shaking my head. Wow. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you could take the worst idea ever, it's still not as bad as this show. Like the idea, the storyboard, the collective minds who did the storyboard, who are making this show. You all need to be dusted. I mean, like, if Thanos snapped his fingers again, he's like, we're gonna get rid of all the people who make bad ideas, who have bad ideas. Dusted. I mean, I can't think of anyone else worse to play an action star. To play the lead in the action TV show. I mean, at least Kevin James really knows how to fight. See, like, Kevin James like knows how to do some MMA, so Kevin James could pull it off. I know I'm comparing a fat woman to a fat guy, except the fat guy's in good shape though. I don't know, it's weird. So yeah, the whole thing's ridiculous. Seriously, who thought this was a good idea? Oh yeah, man, we're gonna put Queen Latifah in the lead role for the Equalizer reboot. Oh, what's her part gonna be? Oh, she's gonna be the actual Equalizer. She's gonna be the star of the show. Oh, so is she gonna be like sitting behind a desk, like bossing around some people? Oh no, she's gonna be doing all her own stunts. That's a great idea. What parallel universe are we living in where that's a good idea? Stuff like this makes me think that we're living in a simulation. This has gotta be some simulation bullshit, and someone in charge is just fucking around. We're gonna make this fat chicken action star who can't move unless she's putting food in her mouth. Like, what the fuck, dude? I mean, this is the biggest what the fuck moment of 2021, right? Right? I can't talk. When I'm sober, it's hard to talk. Sorry, I apologize to everyone listening right now. Yeah, that's right. When I'm sober, it's hard to talk. I stutter. I stand where I'm like, where's the math? Seriously, who thought this was a good idea? I mean, and the problem is, I don't want to contaminate myself anymore by looking up the show. I just can't. I mean, if you need more information, there's plenty of other videos about this on YouTube where people go in detail, and I'm like, wow, you must have watched the show 3 times. What's wrong with you? By the time this comes out, I mean, it's gonna probably be on show number 6 or 7. Being canceled. Jesus Christ. It's like the movement in Hollywood where it's like, hey, we're gonna have a woman do the same thing a guy can do. Yeah, that's stupid. Men and women are different. I hate to break it to you, men and women are different. There's a reason why when you watch the WNBA, you cringe. There's also a reason why you watch the NBA, you cringe, but they're for different reasons. Okay? Men and women are different. Gina Carano in an action role makes sense. She's a, obviously a black belt in, like, I don't know, six different martial arts. She's been a mixed martial arts champion. She's a kickboxer. Her life is like, she's been a martial artist for years. So there's a difference when she's the lead in an action movie, because it looks real. Because it's like, she can do it. It's the reason why a lot of these men who are action stars, the reason why it looks real, because obviously they train to do this. Like, they'll get buffed for the role. Like, how many times have you seen a woman in an action role and she doesn't get buffed for it? The reason why Black Widow works in all those Marvel movies is because she, Scarlett Johansson worked out and got buff. I mean, it's buff for her, but at least she got buff for it. Like, she looks like she could kick ass. She looks fit. She gained some muscle. So Scarlett Johansson as the Equalizer, I could actually buy that. But not fat Latifah. I mean, come on, like, the casting is horrible. And that's the difference between men and women. You could have technically an out of shape guy as Equalizer. It can still be believable because it's like a guy. I don't know. It's God. Who did the casting? That person needs to just bounce. Seriously. Kate Beckinsale. She's done action movies. You know why it looks real when she does the action movies? Because she gets in shape for it. She's a physically fit woman. Like, if a person's physically fit, they can pull off stuff and like at least make it look believable. At least look believable. Okay? Like all those Underworld movies, I never once thought, oh, that looks stupid. No, it was awesome. Kate Beckinsale was a great action star. Charlize Theron, great action star. I've seen her in a few action movies. I've seen her fight men in action movies. Looks totally believable, and I'm not exaggerating. It looks totally believable because she gets in shape for it. She's actually athletic. She takes her role seriously. I don't know what Queen Latifah did for this role, but she ate. I'm pretty sure she ate a lot because if you're gonna be in an action movie TV show, don't you think you should like whatever you look like now? Go like, oh, I should probably lose 10 pounds, gain 5 pounds of muscle, whatever the ratio is. But I should get in shape, or at least look like I'm in shape. That's why it doesn't work with her. It just doesn't work. Even though the movie sucked. What Terminator 2? What was the last Terminator movie that bombed? Okay, the actress who played the Terminator. You know why she looks good as the Terminator? And actually, I'm gonna look her name up because the reason why I'm gonna look up her name is because she's like a real actress, like dramas and stuff. So she plays a girly girl in most of the stuff she does. Okay. So with her, she actually had to get buff, and guess what? She looked great. Like she looked believable. So like, what would you do? Yeah, her name is Mackenzie Davis. Okay, Mackenzie Davis has she does like artsy movies, like dramas. So like in a drama, you're usually not buff. You're usually not jumping over whatever walls and shit. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I think naming the movies, okay, like Tully, No Activity, Boomerang, Halt and Catch Fire, Blade Runner, whatever. Anyway, Black Mirror, Always Swine, Freak of Nature, the Martian. Like she's done like drama. What If, Breathe In, The Hat Goes Wild. Anyway, you get my point. She's not an action star. You look at her pictures. She's a very feminine woman. Very feminine, very good looking. Like like all these dramedies. Okay, look at her in Dark Fate. She's fucking buff. She looks like she can kick your ass. Then like I look at pictures of her from her dramas. She does not look like she can kick your ass. You know why? Because she took her role seriously. I'm playing a killing machine. I'm going to get buff. I'm going to work out. I'm going to look the part. She looks like she could kick your ass in Terminator Dark Fate. And her other roles, not so much. So imagine what people are thinking when they look at The Equalizer. They look at Queen Latifah. She looks like she should be a chef behind a counter in a diner. That's what, like, Queen Latifah's best role, I think, she could win an Oscar if she played a chef that stood behind a counter the whole movie. She walks up, gets her Oscar, eats it. She's really committed to her role. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. So I don't know. This movement in Hollywood that's been going on since 2016, that like women and men are the same, is just so dumb. There's nothing wrong with having a movie, okay, what about that Oceans movie, whatever, Oceans Period, where it was like, instead of so instead of having like the guys do the heist, it was the women did the heist, and I forgot what it was called. Was it called Ocean's 11 or like Ocean's Tampax Pearl? That movie bombed. You know why? Because like whatever, a group of women pulling off a heist is so unbelievable because men and women are different. You know why? Women, hold on. How can I say this? Women take less risk than men. not saying they're smarter, but how many you know, how many women think it's a good idea to like light a bunch of fireworks and hold it in their hand? That's something guys would do. You know, like it's like the risk factor. Just guys take more risks, so it's like it's just less believable to think that a group of women are gonna like pull off a heist. It's just how it is. Guys have grandiose fantasies like, oh, I could do it. You know, so it's just a difference between men and women. I don't know why that's so hard to understand, but whatever. You know, like, and then even like Gina Carano. Once again, it's there's like she's an outlier. Like every woman I named that's good in these action roles, they're outliers. Charlize Theron is an outlier. Kate Beckinsale is an outlier. Mackenzie Davis is an outlier. Because 9 times out of 10, when you have a woman in an action role, it just looks stupid. So, all that factored in, imagine a fat 49-year-old who doesn't look like she's in shape, except, you know, if Donut is in shape, then Queen Latifah's in great shape. It just looks stupid. It just looks stupid. I'm sorry. There is no believability in you throwing around a 200-pound man. You're 49 years old and you're fat, which means you're out of shape. You probably have type 2 diabetes. So you're telling me the Equalizer, this former CIA agent with type 2 diabetes, can fight whatever 4 or 5 guys at once, disarm one with a gun? You know, come on, give me a fucking break. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off because it's getting loud over here. I already hear sirens. I mean, from outside. I'm not doing anything. Honestly, I gotta go close the lab. Peace.